Okay. Meeting to order, roll call.
Chairperson Patricia Barton,
Present.
Commissioner Miguel Funes,
Present.
Commissioner Marty Fell,
Present.
Attorney James Lamont, and Captain Chris Kelly.
Present.
Whoa. Definitely have to vote today. Okay. We have minutes from our February 18th meeting. There is chance to read them. Any additions, corrections? No, I read them like little times. It's saying motion to accept minutes.
Motion to accept the minutes of February 18th, 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have Monday licenses, Rob Art, 37 Central Avenue on Saturday, May 3rd for an annual gala art auction fundraiser from 6 to 11. The Great House, 85 Exchange Street on Thursday, May 8th for a fundraiser from 5:30 to 7:30. In the Ancient Order Hibernian Hall, 105 Federal Street on March 23rd for a fundraiser from 11 to 4 p.m. It is your pleasure.
I'll make a motion that we approve the permits and suspend them only for the nonprofit. Suspend the fees.
Second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, and then we have a consideration of a transfer of an all alcohol beverage license for El Comadon Market.
First order of business on the reconsideration that we would need votes to discuss reconsideration. So one of the members has already made that motion.
Okay. I'll second the motion just so we can have the discussion. And we need a roll call?
Yes.
A roll call vote?
Yes.
Yes.
Chairperson Barton,
Yes.
Commissioner Funes,
Yes.
Commissioner Phelps,
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. I feel very strongly that we're dealing with two separate issues here. First issue being a transfer of a license, of an existing license for El Comadon Market. I personally feel that the transfer should be allowed. This is not a new license. We're not adding any more licenses to our roles. This is just taking one license from one liquor store and transferring it to another location. I feel that this person has been in business here in the city for since 2013, and he has gone through 2 public hearings, and at both hearings there was not one person who spoke in opposition. Nor have we, as a board, received any complaints from anyone else regarding this particular establishment. I see this strictly as an opportunity for a small business owner to improve his business. And I think we have an obligation to help small business owners any chance that we get. We should be trying to help. So that's where I stand on this matter. Miguel, do you want to speak? Sorry.
I happen to agree with Chairman. And again, helping these small businesses, it'll give us a chance to grow as a city. And at the same time, just keep, follow the rules and regulations that we have.
Okay, so given that, I respect that opinion. However, I find that based on the finding of the fact in the notice of decision, I think nothing has changed. I think there are numerous liquor stores in the vicinity. I think the number was 21, if I'm not mistaken. And I just don't think that another liquor store in that area, especially a full alcohol, is necessary. And I know he's a good business owner. I know he's doing well. But I just think that his location is surrounded by too many schools and churches and libraries and all those things that I just don't see the need or the purpose for another liquor store in that vicinity. And that's where I stand. And I think to go back on what we actually based our decision on the first denial, I think still holds true.
Well, I know that my decision on the first refusal was because we were adding liquor licenses in the city. I don't see this as adding any more liquor licenses than what we presently have.
May I hear it? I brought with me, I think the question is correctly characterized by the chairwoman. This is within the quota. This is a petition signed by more than 50 people. When you look at it, there's one signature from Dorchester. But if you look at every other signature, Hanover Street, North Common, South Common, Franklin, these are all people in the neighborhood who support the awarding a license that was within the quota. I spoke with the ward council, who said she's never had a complaint about this location of any kind. Has no quarrel with the transfer of a license. She did ask me if it was within the quota, and then I told her yes, and I told her where it had been. I told her, she asked me if I had given notice to the abutters, and I have 2 more of those cards, by the way. I told her I had, and she had no problem. There's never been, as I think the chairwoman noted, anybody in opposition. There are people here in favor. You have the petition, and I think with respect to the others, I have some experience in this. The package store that's on the corner of Shepherd and Commercial, I represent. The package store that's on Western Avenue, about 1.6 miles from here, I represent. The beer and wine that's on the corner of Lloyd and Washington, I represent. None of these people are in opposition because they understand something. They understand that the marketplace determines who's successful in business, not the government. The government has a role of regulating, but this is a license that was based on the quota, based on the population. It's not one of the, quote, new ones, and that what determines who's successful in the business is the marketplace. Unfortunately, the Brookside Mall has had difficulty, and that's the license that we have. It means revenue, it means jobs. The other, I've never had a manager. I've never had a manager, and I've had many, that lived across the street from the store. And is a principal in other package stores. So these people aren't inexperienced. They are experienced. And if there was some problem within either the industry or within the neighborhood, I think one of you or all of you would have heard about it. So I would hope that you understand there was a big difference with the decennial census and the licenses that became available. And I credit the commission. You went through a long process to deal with those, quote, new licenses. But you know there's one now that's been up at the ABCC since, what, August or whatever. And frankly, I think you'll be upheld on that. But that's a new license, not an existing license. I've had issues like this before that involve breweries in where the Four Winds was, and where Tom Deal now is, and he was there, notwithstanding the opposition of the Four Winds and then Rollers. Because the ABCC said, essentially what I'm telling you, the marketplace determines how many people are going to be successful in the business. And I've represented gas stations. People say, oh, we put a gas station there, it's going to bring traffic. It's not the way it works. Gas stations go where there is traffic. This is a store that has a proven record in business, as is witnessed by the customers that have signed that petition who live within that area. It's a question of serving those people. And as I say, if there was some problem with the folks on Western Avenue, the package store, or the folks on Commercial Street, I would be conflicted. They would have called me and I would have said, I can't represent anybody now. That's not the case, because I think they've understood. For example, Hills that's on the corner of Commercial, and there's a Market Square discount, Jimmy's Discount, I think is right diagonally across. So the reason for that is they're in places where people assemble, go, frequent. And that is the key to success in business. And I think this store, if you were to grant it, would be very successful for the reason that it's got capacity, size, it's got hands-on management of experienced people. For those reasons, I would urge you to support the unanimous decision of the commission at the last meeting. Thank you.
Any other comments? Anybody? I can entertain a motion. Motion?
I will make a motion
What's your motion?
to the best of our ability to see if we can approve the permits.
I'll second that motion that we grant the license, the transfer of this license. Let's have a roll call.
Chairperson Barton,
Yes.
Commissioner Funes,
Yes.
and Commissioner Phelps.
No.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
Good luck. Do we have a change of manager and change of officers of directors for the Lynn Yacht Club? Do we? Okay. Let's start. I would say this is the third time now. Hello,
Hello,
and you are?
Glenn Howard.
Okay. You are going to be the new manager. Okay. Anyone have any questions for, all the paperwork up from the you have any questions for Mr. Howard?
I did not.
I do, anything that you need.
Is this a year, is this going to be permanent? Is it yearly or
Typically,
annually?
the bar manager is the Commodore. I'm the Commodore.
Okay,
This year, I was voted
Okay.
in.
Okay.
all righty, okay. I
And
thought,
it may be a position I hold again next year. It depends on the membership.
okay.
So you're the head honcho for the year?
For the year.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I guess we just need a motion to approve the change of manager and change of officers and officers.
Make a motion to approve the change in officers and directors and the manager for the Lynn Yacht Club located at 84-86 Linway. Glenn C. Howard.
Yes.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good luck.
Okay, I don't have to sign anything?
No.
Okay. That's all?
That's
Yeah,
it.
okay. All right, have a good day.
You too.
So. Yeah, and then we have our police.
First one we have is from Jimmy's Discount Liquors, 873 Weston Avenue, report number 25006589. This was on 1/30/25 at 2011 hours for a suspicious person. On this call here, Lynn Police were dispatched to Jimmy's Discount Liquors for a disturbance. What happened was the customer and the employee on scene, Mr. Patel, were arguing over the purchase of a box of cigarettes for, it says box of cigarettes, I'm assuming carton, for $150. He wanted to use a debit card, asked the customer show ID. The customer did not have ID, argued with him. He actually left the store prior to police arrival and left the debit card behind. Sale was not taking place and there was no further incident. The second one we have is La Fonda de Juan at 595 Summer Street. Report number 25007059, dated 2/1/25 at 22:50 hours for disorderly conduct. So this one here, the Lynn Police responded to a disturbance at the 595 Summer Street La Fonda restaurant. What was going on at this one, there was Lynn Fire was on scene for a small fire on the second floor. The original person reporting to the police said he was being jumped by 3 persons with possibly with guns. After sorting it out, it appears that the person that made these allegations was somewhat intoxicated, and some people in the bar tried to stop him from pulling a further fire alarm, trying to convince him that the Lynn Fire was already on scene, and somewhat of like a scuffle broke out, trying to prevent him from pulling the fire alarm, and there was nothing to the allegations of anyone who comes inside. The next one we have is Jimmy's Discount Liquors, 873 Weston Avenue, report number 25007528, dated 2/4/25 at 9:08 for building damage. This here is a Lynn Police report for Jimmy's at 873 Weston Avenue. We believe a large vehicle, possibly a truck, damaged the siding on the building. This document was generated for insurance purposes, but due to it being a licensed establishment, it got flagged for the report. Nothing further.
Yeah.
Next one we have is the Lazy Dog at 328 Broadway, report number 25009105, dated 2/11/25 at 16:56 hours for a suspicious person. This one here, the police responded to the Lazy Dog. They spoke with the manager who was on scene. There was a male patron who was sitting at the bar, began acting a little unusual. He was yelling at the bartenders for no reason at all, also yelling some sexual profanities towards the female staff. He was asked to leave. He left prior to the arrival of the police. They got a description and told the establishment to call for a return, which he did not. Next one we have is Sullivan's Liquors, 196 Essex Street, report 25009609, dated 2/13/25 at 2011 hours. On this report here, Lynn Police were dispatched to 190 Essex Street for a intoxicated person that had fallen in the parking lot. That person needed to be checked out at Salem Hospital for some small injuries. Nothing further to report. Next one we have is Ocean Liquors at 780 Washington Street, report number 25011377, dated 2/21/25 at 18:29 hours. And this report has a supplement report with the same report number -2. This report here, the Lynn Police went to 780 Washington Street, and what happened, there was a disturbance in the side of the store. The police were given the description that 2 people were trashing the store. There was a male and a female causing that disturbance. They end up, the female poured out a bottle of vodka on the floor, and then acted as she fell and stated she slipped and was going to sue them. Then the manager was punched in the face by her male companion, and then he punched another worker in the face. It was reported in the Lynn Police report that the age was 71 years old, which triggered the assault and battery on a person over 60 years old, which is a felony. The woman had left a backpack behind with her name on the prescription bottle. They saw her walking across the street. She was identified by the two assaulted people and some civilian witnesses, and she was placed into custody. She ended up fighting with the police, kicking one of them. On Amity Street around the corner, they arrested her male companion. There was some drugs in their possession when they were arrested, and they were both charged accordingly with the other charges stemming from inside the liquor establishment for assaulting the two clerks. The next one we have is the Provenza Restaurant at 130 Union Street, report number 2501820, dated 2/23/25 at 23:53 hours. Lynn Police went to this location on Union Street, 130. What happened here was they heard two females appeared to wanted to fight. One of the females was actually holding the other female back from fighting. They both saw the police. At that point, they stopped. The two females, when they were talked to by the police, said there was nothing, everything was fine. They want to identify themselves. They were moved along, and no further incident. Next one we have is Mike's Liquors at 2 Adams Street, report number 25012317, dated 2/25/25. This one here, the police went to 2 Adams Street Extension, Mike's Liquors, for a person outside. The caller was concerned there was a female in a carriage. They got to this location, and they could not find anyone fitting that description, and the incident was clear with no further issues. The next one we have is Deborah Liquors at 649 Eastern Avenue, report 25012-796, dated 2/27/25 at 21:35 hours. Lynn Police were dispatched to 649 Eastern Avenue for a report of a disturbance. They talked to the staff, Mr. Patel. There was a party known to them. Police have dealt with him frequently. He is actually disabled and has no hearing. And there was some confusion over a woman who he thought was going to buy her alcohol. When she left, he was upset, but no further incident at that point.
Wow. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and actually, that's all for today. Unfortunately, our guest from Inspection Services can't make it today. That's come back for our next meeting in April.
I could give a bit of an update. I believe 5 of the sober homes in the city of Lynn have applied with ISD or indicated a willingness to apply voluntarily, and actually think that this is a good way for the city to conduct inspections and make sure these places, these facilities are being operated properly and their tenants are living in sanitary conditions. I do have a conference call with a lawyer tomorrow on some other facilities that may have a different opinion. So it is a fluid matter, and we'll know a lot more for the April meeting.
Who is this evening? All right, so we have some, thank you, attorney. Then we have some common vigil renewals that need to be approved. Salvadorian Mexican Grill, 617 Boston Street. Pianaderia, Central Americano, 515 Chestnut Street. Item Cafe, 38 Exchange Street. Shoreline and Grill Pizza, 163 Lewis Street. Tacos and Pita, 129 Monroe Street. Casa Medapan Restaurant, 778 Summer Street. Sunset Caribbean Haitian Restaurant, 49 Union Street. Blanquita's Restaurant, 189 Union Street. Yaz Chicken, 111 Western Avenue. Kennedy Fried Chicken, 252 Western Avenue. That's it for common victuals.
Are these all due on January 1st?
Yes.
Do they get charged a late fee?
I'm sure you actually have to check if these particular ones were
Okay.
charged the late.
Do we-
There is
do you-
an offer to do
Charge late fees?
fees.
But we don't get,
Not
we
here.
don't, yeah.
So
But
when they get, the
your
person that's our office
Yeah.
handles this here, yeah, they haven't, they can. It's written on there that they can have the late fee.
Yeah.
If they-
They're
it's
3 months late.
Yep.
Well, then, so that means they're operating without a license.
Right.
So, I mean, not that I'm looking for more work for anybody, but
So remember, some of these are just, they didn't make the last meeting. They may have paid, but couldn't get on the agenda for February.
Okay.
So they may have been.
how would they not,
Okay, not.
Can we just ask, how can they not make the agenda? We don't have any rule in place that says we have to have them 2 weeks before.
They
Right.
paid the day before my agenda already went out.
Oh,
So the agenda was a week before.
but can't we just
Do it on,
add it?
Um,
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not? That makes it, yes,
It's on the packet.
Yeah,
Plus makes it she had stuff.
Right.
Go through all the paperwork.
Yeah.
Make sure it's all set before she gives them to me,
Yeah,
yeah,
because I don't handle it.
right.
but they were still late, almost
they were
a month and a half at that point. Yeah.
Now it looks like
No,
3 months.
yes, right, yes, yes.
So, yeah, so maybe we just add them. You know,
Okay.
that we don't want.
Yeah.
But they don't have to.
I mean, I will make a motion to approve all of these, but I'd also like to look into the late fee. Because I think, to get these people back on schedule, I think is important.
Okay, so we got,
Make a motion to approve, yep, all of them.
we need a second.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and then we just have one seasonal, common victular, and that's for the navigators.
Oh, yep.
For the 2025 year.
Yep, make a motion to approve the seasonal, general on-site premise 2025 renewal for the Navigators.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Label.
You don't have any,
Label.
and, oh, business, any other business?
No.
Hearing none, meeting's adjourned.